3 to 6 months of expenses. You've heard that rule 100 times, and here's the uncomfortable truth. For most people, it's almost useless. Not because the idea is wrong, but because it answers the wrong question. 3 to 6 months of what exactly? Measured against what? And kept where? By the end of this video, you'll stop guessing and know your own emergency fund number. The real one, built for your actual life. Not a vague figure someone pulled out of thin air. So let's start simple. An emergency fund is just a pile of cash set aside for the moments life ambushes you. The surprise car repair, the medical bill, the layoff you never saw coming. It isn't exciting. It doesn't grow into a fortune, and nobody brags about it at a dinner party. But it is the single most important foundation you will ever build, because it's the one thing standing between a bad week and a genuine financial disaster. It's the difference between an emergency being a story you tell later, and an emergency being the moment your whole financial life starts to unravel. Think about how differently two people live through the exact same broken-down car. For the one with a cushion, it's a bad afternoon and a quick transfer from savings. For the one without it, it's a payday loan, a late rent payment, and a knot in their stomach for the next 3 months. Same event, completely different outcome, decided entirely by whether the money was already sitting there, waiting. And here's exactly where that famous 3 to 6 months rule quietly fails people. It gets repeated as if everyone's life were identical. But the right amount for a single freelancer with a child looks nothing like the right amount for a married couple who both have steady jobs. Set the number too low, and one ordinary emergency lands you on a high-interest credit card, still paying off a flat tire 2 years later. Set it too high, and you've got $20,000 or $30,000 sitting frozen, slowly losing value to inflation. Money that could have been doing real work for you somewhere else. Both mistakes have a real cost. One quietly drags you into debt, the other quietly robs you of growth. Neither is where you want to be standing. So let's find your number properly. Here's the shift that makes all of this click. Your emergency fund is not measured against your income. It's measured against your bare bones, survival expenses. And not even all of those. It's the absolute minimum it costs to keep your life running for 1 month if everything extra got stripped away. Then you take that bare bones number and multiply it by a figure that fits how risky your particular situation is. That's the whole formula. Your essential monthly costs times a personal multiplier. 2 numbers. That is the entire calculation. Income, by itself, has almost nothing to do with it. 2 people earning the exact same salary can need wildly different funds, because one rents cheaply with a rock-solid job, and the other is self-employed with 3 kids and a mortgage. Same paycheck, completely different risk. Your number has to come from your life, not from a one-size-fits-all slogan. Let's make this real with an example. Meet someone we'll call Maya. Maya brings home about $4,500 a month after taxes. The lazy version of the rule would say, take that income, multiply by 3 to 6, and aim for somewhere between $13,000 and $27,000. But that's the wrong starting point, because Maya doesn't need to replace her entire paycheck in a crisis. She just needs to keep the lights on. So instead, she writes down only her essentials. Rent, $1,100. Utilities and phone, $300. Groceries, $400. Insurance and transport, $400. The minimum payments on her debts, $300. Add those up, and Maya's true bare-bones survival number is about $2,500 a month, not $4,500. That gap matters enormously because every dollar of target you set is a dollar you actually have to go save. Now for step 2, the multiplier. Maya has one steady job and no kids, but she's a single income, with no one to fall back on if her paycheck stops. So she lands in the middle. Let's say 4 months. 4 months times $2,500 is $10,000. That's Maya's real target. Compare that to the lazy income-based guess of up to $27,000, and you can see how the right method just saved her from chasing a number nearly 3 times too big, a number so daunting she might never have started at all. And that's the hidden danger of an inflated target. It doesn't just tie up money you could use elsewhere, it scares people into freezing and doing nothing. So here's how you build your own in 4 plain steps. Step 1. Calculate your bare bones monthly number, not your comfortable lifestyle, your survival budget. Add up only what you genuinely could not skip if money got tight. Housing, utilities, food, insurance, transportation, and the minimum payments on any debt. Leave out the restaurants, the subscriptions, the travel, all the extras. This essentials figure is the engine of the whole calculation, so be honest and be specific. Step 2. Choose your multiplier by looking honestly at your risk. Start at 3 months and adjust upward from there. Add months if you're the only income in your household, if your pay is variable or commission-based, if you're self-employed, if you support children or family, if you work in an unstable industry, or if you have ongoing health concerns. Stay closer to 3 if you've got a rock-steady job, a working partner, and no dependents. Most people land somewhere between 3 and 6 months. Some, with very lumpy incomes, sensibly go higher. There's no shame in a bigger cushion if it helps you sleep at night. This is about your peace of mind, not about passing some test. The goal was never to match a stranger's number. It's to pick the cushion that actually lets you breathe. Step 3. Build it in the right order, because the full target can feel overwhelming. Don't try to save $10,000 overnight. First, stack a small starter buffer, about $1,000, as fast as you possibly can. That alone handles the majority of life's smaller curveballs and stops most people from ever reaching for a credit card. Then build steadily toward your full number from there, a little out of every single paycheck. Hitting that first 1,000 quickly is the part that matters most. It's the milestone that turns a vague background worry into real visible momentum, and momentum is what carries you the rest of the way. Step 4. Keep it in the right place. Your emergency fund has exactly 2 jobs: to be safe and to be there the instant you need it. So it should not sit in your everyday checking account, where it quietly gets spent without you noticing. And it should not be invested in the stock market, where it could drop 20% the very month you lose your job. The natural home is a separate, high-yield savings account, completely liquid, so you can move the money in a day and quietly earning interest while it waits instead of earning nothing. Keeping it one step removed from your checking also adds just enough friction that you won't rate it for a weekend sale. Then automate a transfer, even a small amount every payday, so the fund grows in the background without you ever having to think about it. Out of sight, steadily filling, and ready the very day you need it. That is exactly what you want this money quietly doing. So let's bring it home. Forget the vague 3 to 6 months of income idea. Your emergency fund equals your bare-bones monthly expenses, times a multiplier you choose from your own real risk. Start at 3 months, and add more the less predictable your life is. Build a $1,000 starter buffer first, then grow patiently to your full number, and keep the whole thing in a separate high-yield savings account that's safe, liquid, and quietly earning. Do that, and the next time life throws a surprise at you, it's a mere inconvenience instead of a catastrophe. And that quiet, boring sense of security is the bedrock everything else in your financial life gets built on top of. If this finally gave you a clear number to actually aim for, then subscribe, because the next video breaks down how to play the credit card rewards game and win, earning real money on the spending you were already going to do, without ever once getting played by the banks. And one quick reminder before you go: this is general education, not financial advice. Everyone's situation is genuinely different, so think it through for your own life, and consider talking to a qualified professional about yours.